Hey everybody, I am Alisha Costanzo, editor and author of In the Air. Awesome cover, really proud of it. And I'm going to be reading an excerpt from Yellow Skies, my story, in the anthology. 3 blanket-burdened kids swaddled in front of their doors like monsters, jiggling with excitement. Alright, on with yous. Wake up your cousin and let's have story time. Limbs and Cotton bumbled through Youngblood's mess and tackled him in his bed. His groan had a little life in it. I cracked one of his clean bottles and offered it to him once the brats settled down to create their nests. What's your symptoms? Hot, sweaty, barfy without the chunks. He'd had too much of the bad water, and I hadn't brought any fresh stuff home. Drink up some of that. I propped myself on a nearby chair, pushing the dirty shirts and socks onto his dresser, and opened the book in my lap. I've brought Where Have the Bees Gone? Tell us about the ancient earth myth. The eldest braced himself against Youngblood's bed frame, blankets tucked up under his face. I've told that 5 times this week already. Please, the voices chimed in unison. Settling back, I crossed my legs and gave them the practice lines my father fed me and Jane when we were young. Once, thousands of years ago, 70% of the earth was drowned with water. Vast oceans packed with life that pumped oxygen into the buoyant atmosphere. Rainbows reflected across the planet in the bright and full sky. People climbed the very peaks of mountains. They flung themselves into the vacuum of space. They sculpted the landscapes into monuments, but they never dropped themselves completely through the depths of the sea for the abundance of it. As the air choked with smog and runoff stained the waters, life blew into chaos. Many died. The earth was damaged beyond repair. Then the angels came, sinking from the streaked clouds and distant stars to scoop up a few 100,000 souls before leaving the rest to the apocalypse. Plague spread infectious bubbles and boiled lungs, rotted sores and flesh-eating parasites. Illness took more than half of who was left behind. Continued to with festering cancers and carcinogens, with polluted air and water, with their means of life dying away. People warred over what value the earth still promised them. Territories formed. Families tore themselves apart. The water dried up. Food was harder to maintain. The atmosphere dwindled. But stories say that those angels plan to come back for the ones who suffer through their failing planet and reward them with a new blue oasis to enjoy because they'd proven their appreciation of being provided so much. As the skies darken, we await the shining saviors from the distant stars. Each of them blinked unseeing eyes at me, Youngblood included. Did he see those angels swooping down for us as his fever spread moisture across his forehead? Tell us again, the littlest said. What do you think it's like to float? Asked the middleest. Can you imagine not seeing the stars most of the day? A sky so bright to cover them all for hours. What it was like to stand under rain, Youngblood rolled onto his back, breath labored. The polluted leftover bottled water from a plant my parents and their group found were most of what we had in reserve. No one wanted to touch them for this reason, but water, even tainted, was too valuable to waste. Did you want me to read Where Have the Bees Gone? They grumbled, but I read it to them anyways before sneaking away from their snores. Thanks for joining me. Go get it if you can. Bye.